Hey guys, I'm the Burke and I do things, and in today's video I'm going to go over my monthly inventory numbers for the month of July, and we will do my makeup roulette series where we let a number generator choose a full face of makeup for me. I really enjoy doing this video every month. It's a little scary, honestly. It's a little scary on my end, but I feel like it's always a little bit fun being surprised with what is going to happen to this by the end of the video. So if you guys are interested in seeing how my inventory changed within the last month and what this is gonna look like by the end, then keep on watching. Let's go. Okay, so I do always start with blush, bronzers, highlights, face palettes, and I let the number generator choose between one individual products or two a face palette. Before we do that, I will let you know my inventory updates. So bronzers, I had no change last month. Blushes, I also had no change last month. Highlighters, I did do a highlighter declutter, so I actually removed 9 from my collection. And face palettes, I did increase by 1 last month. So actually for my inventory information, like those are really good improvements. So what we'll do is we'll choose between 1 and 2, and 1 will be individuals, 2 will be a palette. And we got 1, so we are going to do individual products. So for bronzers, I have 35. We got number 23. Okay, that's a pretty good one. For blushes, I have 58, and we got number 36. Oh, interesting. I did not know I had that on this list. Surprising myself, it's been so long since I made this inventory. And then for highlighters, I have 40, and we got number 23. Oh, okay. Okay, then for eyeshadows, what I like to do is a similar thing where I do 1 being to choose an eyeshadow palette, or 2 being to choose 5 individual shades. So for eyeshadow palettes, I added 2 and removed 1 last month. And in individual shadows, that was 27 in and 10 out. So we'll first choose between a palette or individuals. And we are getting individuals. It's been a while since we got individuals, and that is what always makes this hard. So for individual eyeshadows, I have 762. All right, here we go. Our first shade is 215. Okay, that's a palette I really like, so I hope it's a good shade. All right, our next will be 687. Oh, this is from a palette I've never used before, so we'll bring in a new palette this month. That's fun. Okay, our next eyeshadow is number 253. Ooh, that's a good palette. All right, our 4th shade is going to be 210. Which is from the same palette as our first shade. What are the odds that out of 762, we would get 2 from the same palette? How interesting. All right, our last shade for today, 168. Ooh, okay. On to foundation. So I actually had no change in foundation last month, and I have a total of 64. So we will be using number 1. Huh. Interesting. Okie dokie. Okay, so my next category, I have lash glue and eye primers combined. I had no increase or decrease last month, so I have a total of 13 in this category. So if we land on a lash glue, I will just respin. So we got 10, which is a primer. Perfect. All right, on to concealers. Concealers, I also had no change in the month of July. I must have been very reserved in the month of July. I mean August. Have I been saying July this whole time? Happy September, everyone. Happy September. Happy September. Okay, I have 28 concealers, and we got number 11. Okay, that might be darker than my foundation, so I'll probably just conceal before I foundation to blend it better. On to setting sprays. I actually used up 2 in the month of August. So I now have 38, and I got number 34. Ooh, this one I have not used in so long. So for brow products, I also had no change last month. First, we got a 38, and 38 is brow pencil. What I can do for fun is I'll also draw and try to get a brow gel. So we got number 17, which is a pencil. We got number 12. There we go, that's a gel. Now onto eyeliners. For eyeliners, I did have 1 leave my collection in August, and now I have 55, and we got number 35. Interesting. Very interesting. Now on to setting powders. I got one new one in August and now I have 37. We got number 1. That's 2 number 1s in this video. On to primers. I got one new primer last month. So now I have a total of 43. And we got number 25. Very interesting. Okay, now for lip products, I have my categories divided into lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, lip glosses, and lip liners, and I let the number generator choose between those categories. So for lipsticks, I had 1 new come in August. Liquid lipsticks, 3 new come in August. Lip glosses, 1 new in August, and lip liners, no change. So I guess lip products is where I went wild last month. So out of 4, we landed on 4, which are lip liners. So maybe what I'll do is I'll draw a lip liner and then a lip gloss to put over top for fun. So I do have 30 lip liners. We got number 29. This is a new one I've never used before. Okay, and let's do a gloss too. So for glosses, I have 81. We got number 33. Okay. The last category is mascara. I did get 1 new one in August and used 1 up, so I have a total of 29. And we got number 12, which is another new product. So I think we landed on 3 new products last month, which I think is what we got last month too, which is very interesting because I got new products. I also drew some products that are in my current Shop My Stash and something from my project pan, which is just so weird. And I drew 2 colors from the same palette. I don't know. Weird coincidences, I guess, this month. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab all this makeup and then I will be right back to attempt something. And we're back. I 5,000% dropped the bronzer that we're using today and broke it, so we're off to such a good start. So we're gonna start off with a primer and we landed on number 25, which is my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. This is in my project pan currently, so how lucky that we are using it today. I do like this. I have another like little sample of it. I don't think I like it enough to repurchase, but it is nice and smoothing. I could see if I needed something smoothing all the time, like why I could see it being worth the investment, but I don't necessarily need that. What do I need? Great question. No idea. But if you like, it definitely like also kind of gives a bit of a shine too, which is nice. But hopefully we're all smooth now. I did mention that the concealer I landed on is a little bit darker than the foundation, so we are going to conceal first, and I landed on number 11, which is my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is one of those concealers I feel like I was using forever before I even like knew about YouTube. But like, look at how dark that is. I don't know if you can tell, but this could not be more the wrong shade for me. I don't know why I picked up this shade. This is the shade Light. Nope. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of just use it to, because we have a very lightweight foundation, so I'm actually gonna use it to like spot conceal a bunch of places. And then hope that like kind of evens out the canvas for the foundation. But like it is, I don't know if the camera is truly picking up how dark this looks. Like it looks like orange on my skin. I'm gonna go in with a beauty blender. I definitely don't have a problem with this concealer, but again, like the reason I never reach for it is because I just have like the complete wrong shade. This would be like a really good one to mix with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer that I have in a shade that is like stark white. Maybe I'll do that at some point. Okay, so we've kind of evened out the canvas, hopefully, for our foundation. So for foundation, I landed on number 1, which is my IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I'm pretty sure this is the oldest foundation I have in my collection. I have this in the shade Fair. I prefer using a brush for this, so I'm probably gonna do that. I just feel okay about this one. It's never really become like an all-time favorite product for me. And I'm blending this out with the BMX 180 Buffer Brush from Moda. I am a Moda affiliate. I don't really talk about it too much, but I am a Moda affiliate. If you ever want to use my affiliate code, I do believe it is just the Berk, and that saves you 10%. And that I think also works on like when they have sales, like the 10% on top of the sales. So I actually have recently been testing out the matte version of this, and I almost think I like that one better. Not because I prefer something more mattifying, but I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like it lasts a little bit longer than this one, but I think this one just kind of gives you like a healthy kind of look and glow. I don't really have any complaints. I think we were able to blend out the fact that the concealer is too dark. So So far, so good with the makeup look. Now I did land on a liquid highlighter, so I'm gonna do that now, because when it comes to liquid and cream highlighters, I prefer to do liquid under powder, but cream tapped over powder. So we're gonna do this next. So for highlighters, we did land on number 23, which is from the Ulta Beauty brand, and I have these little highlighting drops that I got as a free sample. These are very glowy, so I'm gonna be careful. I'm just gonna tap a little bit there and use my sponge and just, gosh, it dries so quickly, but I mean, like, I barely put anything on and it's already so glowy. The thing about these kind of like free samples that you can get from Ulta is they're usually not like permanent products, so I find that I can never like link them. So if these are still in existence, I will gladly link them, because they are kind of a dupe, I would say, for the Cover FX ones, but again, who knows if they still exist, but there you go. I mean, we're glowing. All right, our next thing is I'm gonna put on some of my eye primer, and I did land on number 10, which is in my Shop My Stash this month, and it is the Covergirl Lid Lock-Up Primer. I actually really like this primer. I think it's pretty comparable to the Urban Decay, and I'm just gonna tap that out a bit. All right, so like the base is done, let's set it. So for a setting powder, I landed on number 1 again, which was my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I have, let's see if I can really get a good, that, like nothing left. Like it's so low. This should be something I should bring into like next month's Shop My Stash to see if I could finish it up, because we're so close, we're so close. So for under my eyes, I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. blush brush, set under there. This really is a great drugstore powder. I think I've had this one in my collection over 2 years now, and I'm getting powder all over myself. I do hope that the makeup look today turns out okay, because this is the day of the week as I'm filming that I typically take my weekly bump date picture. Hopefully at some point we will, like obviously after the baby comes, we'll be able to put together some sort of a something. Like I haven't been taking video footage, but I have been taking weekly photos of the bump since around week 12, and it's definitely growing. I have a picture of me in the bump date in this shirt from, I think it's like 6 weeks ago now, and I was like, Scott, I'm wearing the same shirt today in this picture, and he was like, yup, you're bigger. Oh, and this brush I'm using is from the Sephora collection, and it's their mini 5.5, I don't know, this was like a gift, like a rouge gift or something in 2018, but it's a good brush. So that definitely mattified us, but that is fine because we have a glowy setting spray, and that'll also, I hope, help keep the CC cream in place for a little. Let's do brows now. We actually ended on 2 more, oh gosh, I feel like I'm covered in powder explosion. All right, brows. We have 2 more drugstore products. So for brow pencil, we landed on number 38, which is my ColourPop Brow Boss pencil. I have this in the shade light brown, which this is my pet peeve with this product. The spoolie comes off. So this is not an all-time favorite, mainly because I think I have the wrong shade. So it's really hard for me to get what I want out of this brow pencil. But luckily the brow gel we land on is also a tinted brow gel, so hopefully that will help. But for me, I need something a little bit darker for the tails of my brow, because my tails are not where I have a lot of hair, and when the shade is too light, it just like, I feel like looks way too obvious that it's like, well, what is going on there? I think in the years I've learned I'm able to manipulate a pencil that's too dark a lot easier than like a pencil that's too light, because when I brush this out, like my brow just like disappeared. Oh, this is not good. Yeah, but this is why I never use this pencil. Oh, this just not good. Okay, so for brow gel, I landed on number 12, which is my Essence Make Me Brow. This was in my Shop My Stash last month, so I feel like you saw this featured in a lot of videos in the month of August. This is probably my favorite tinted brow gel that I've tried, and I'm pretty picky when it comes to tinted brow gels, or just brow gels in general, honestly. All right. Not my favorite brow day, guys. Not my favorite brow day. All right, now let's do Broken Bronzer. So I landed on number 23, which is the bronzer that they did in collaboration, I mean, they being Ipsy, with Gigi Gorgeous. And I don't know what I'm gonna do, because this is a split pan, so it broke. And if you like, I mean, I guess if I was to repress it, I would just turn it into one shade instead of a split pan, but not my happiest moment right now. I'm gonna try to bronze with this while it's broken. I still mix the shades together anyway, so hopefully this will work. So I actually really like this bronzer, but I don't know. I feel like there are some products where it's like, it's not fun for them to be limited edition, because like, especially complexion products, like when you find a bronzer that works for you, like I like to think about somebody who like necessarily maybe isn't on YouTube and like finally finds that perfect bronzer shade that works on them, and then like they use it all up and it's like, oh, I can't even get it again. So I don't know. Okay, hopefully that's blended. Yeah, that is something I'm going to have to figure out. Although I did drop my bronzer and blush at the same time and only one of them broke, so we did luck out. So for blush, I was surprised when I landed on 36. I forgot that my Balm Volume 2 palette, I actually broke up into my eyeshadows and face products because it has both. So we actually landed on a Balm blush, and it is the one at the end here called In Stain. And I'm not sure what palette this one is from. So a lot of these are like from different palettes they have, but I'm gonna be using this. It kind of looks like a satin blush. I'm gonna go back in with the e.l.f. blush brush. Oh, it looks very pigmented and pinky, so. All right, we're going to some blending. Oh my. All right, we're gonna go back in with our bronzer brush. Try to really blend that out. Now what I might do is use the brush we used with the foundation just to kind of calm that down a bit, because that was a lot of blush. But we definitely got our rosy cheeks for sure now. All right, let's start working on the eyes now. So for an eyeliner, I landed on number 35, which is my Pixi Nude eyeliner. This is actually in my current Shop My Stash, and I actually cannot find this to link online anymore. So I don't know why this is discontinued. Like, I'm not much of a nude eyeliner lover, but like, this is one of the best ones I've ever used personally. So I was offended that I was not able to link this anymore, so I don't get it. Okay, base officially done. Not that bad for a random drawing. Now let's do our 5 eyeshadows that we landed on. So our first eyeshadow was number 215, which is in the e.l.f. New Classics palette. And that is the shade down here, Cosmo. I was actually literally just wearing this shade yesterday. So that's kind of fun that I get to use it again. So it's this like shimmery, I want to call it rose gold shade. Then we landed on number 687, which I said was from a new eyeshadow palette. And it is from the Touch and Soul Fill-Up Orange palette that I got a few months back in a BoxyCharm. We actually landed on the large pan. This is a bizarre looking eyeshadow palette. That's why I haven't gotten around to really trying it out yet, but I guess now that we're here, we get to try it out. Oh, it's almost like a satin tangerine, I want to call that. All right, our next shadow is the number 253, which is in the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette. I just did a video of the Pumpkin Spice palette where I compared it to some of the shades in here, and we landed on the shade Spice is Nice, which is like the matte orangey shade here. So far, I feel like we have a usable look. Then I got number 210, which is also in e.l.f. New Classics, and it is the shade Earth right here, which is also another eyeshadow shade I was wearing yesterday. And this is like just a kind of cool tone matte brown. Very cohesive. And then our final shade was number 168, which is in the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. And it is this shade down here. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the shade that throws everything off, or if we wound up kind of with a fall color story. Oh, okay. Huh. So I feel like we got 2 light shimmers and 3 dark mattes. So that's going to be interesting to work with. I think what I want to try to do is see if I can take the more orangey shade and buff it into something maybe a little bit lighter. So I'm going to start off with this BK Beauty 202 brush and see what we can do as far as kind of making some sort of a transition with this look. Okay, yeah, I feel like as I blend, like it's getting more of a lighter look. Going in with a little more. Okay, so I feel like that worked somehow as a transition as I blended more. So what I would like to do is for the crease to go in more with that mauve-y shade, I think. So I want to go in with something very tiny. So I'm going to use this. This is a Morphe M526. This is a very tiny blending brush, and I'm going to go in with our Huda shade and try to just deepen up the crease, but I don't want to lose like that blend. This shade is extremely pigmented. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with Spice is Nice and just try to clean up the edges so they're a little less harsh. Luckily, I feel like those 2 shades blended well together. Now I want to take this brush. This is the e.l.f. Tapered Blending Brush, and I'm going to go in with our dark brown Earth from the e.l.f. palette. I'm going to start working that on the outer corner. And I'm gonna go back in. I'm not adding any of the more mauve shade, but I'm gonna start blending right there. Okay, now I think I'm gonna use my finger with the more tangerine shade. Okay, that is working so far. Okay, I was nervous I was gonna have to lay down some sort of a tacky base, but it seems to be adhering. All right, now I'm gonna take this flat brush from Luxie. It's their 221 flat definer. I'm gonna go back in with our deep brown shade from e.l.f. and just press that into the lower lash line and kind of make sure it connects up here where the dark shadow is at the edge. And then I just want to, I'm not adding any of the brown, but I just want to make sure that we're blended where those two shades meet. And then I think I'm going to use like a little brush like this one. This is from Farrah, and this is their 105E pencil brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Cosmo. Let's see if we can add that as an inner corner highlight. I don't want to add any additional shades to this fluffy brush we're using, but I just want to kind of blend down here a little. Okay, I think that is going to be it. What a fallish kind of look to be randomly drawn today. Okay, so now let's set our face. So I landed on number 34, which actually is a backup for my Pixi Glow Mist, but since I still have one open, I'm going to use the open one. So when I was saying we had a glowy spray, this is what I meant. So we're definitely going to bring back the glow for sure. Let's do lips next. So like I said, I did land on a brand new lip liner, which is number 29, which I got in a BoxyCharm, and this is from Becca, and this is their ultimate lip definer in the shade Mystery. I actually think this shade might go with our eye look. Did I say I got this in a BoxyCharm? I don't always go with a bold lip when I do a bold eye, so this is a little interesting. I mean, it's a pretty shade, but again, I don't usually do bold with bold, but that's what we're doing. And then I said I was gonna do a gloss, and I landed on my Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. So I feel like this shade goes with this lip liner, luckily. We just added a whole lot to this look. Wow. All right, we only have one step left, and that is mascara. Again, another product I said I got brand new, and I think this sample I got from, I wanna say Ulta, and this is from Grande Cosmetics. It's their Grande Drama Mascara. I know I had a full size of one of these in a BoxyCharm, and I wound up just giving it away because I didn't wanna waste a full size mascara if I didn't like it, but I figured I could keep a mini and try it out. Intense Thickening Mascara with Castor Oil. Let's look at our brush. It looks like a very stiff, like standard, like prickly brush. All right, let's, I can already tell this is not the kind I like, okay? I don't see anything. The heck? What? It's like there's nothing showing up. Huh? How many layers of this do you need? Hold the phone. I'm gonna have to do like 7 layers of this mascara. What is this junk? This is 4 coats. My patience is done. My patience is just done. What on earth? Has anyone else ever used this thing? Wow, I'm truly confused. Well, there you go. There's my full face of a number random generator picking out the makeup. Honestly, would have never done this eye combination, but I feel like the orange and maroon and brown all kind of meshed together for a fun fall look. Again, would not pair this lip with this eye in a normal circumstance because I kind of like either one dramatic or the other, not kind of both, but at least it's kind of cohesive. So definitely let me know in the comments what you think of this. And as usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys!